Oh, so we were talking about this earlier about the whole getting married at a young age, and we was discussing this earlier, like what's too young, what's too old. Uh, should you get married at a young age? Should you not? 'Cause I was hearing someone said that if you get married at a young age, getting married at a young age is not getting married is for adults and not for kids. So I think I was asking the question to you earlier, like what is a kid? Like is a kid 17? Is a kid 15? Is a kid 18? Is it 19? Because some people would say if you're 20, you're still a kid because they're like 45 or something like that. Oh, you still a kid.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Some people would say if they like 30 or 35 and somebody like 19, oh, you still a baby.
Mm-hmm.
No, the fuck you're not.
You don't have as much life experience as that
But you're not a
45-year
kid
old,
or a
but you're
baby.
not a kid. But I'm like, I don't think marriage has an age because old people don't need to get married either.
You said they don't?
No, because I mean they can have failed marriages as well.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
it does. I don't think it's a age. I think it's a person.
And
If
that,
you're showing that you're ready to be committed to one person and you're ready to live out the true marriage role
mm-hmm.
versus nowadays how most people get married and be divorced, I don't think it really matters how old they are.
Because I do, I don't hear it a lot, but I do hear where some high school sweethearts that got married and
Yeah.
stayed married. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? It's a rare occasion, but it
Mm-hmm.
happens. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And, I'm looking at it like, well, we can't be saying that if you're 18, 19, or 20, you're too young and it's for adults. But at the same time, at 18, 19, they can buy weed, they can smoke cigarettes,
No, they can't.
they can buy beer or something like that, right? No,
Nope.
21.
21 for everything now.
21. Oh,
You
didn't
can't
know
even
that.
buy cigarettes at 18.
Didn't know that
They
either.
raised the age to 21.
When the fuck that happened? Like recently, like a year or two
No.
ago?
No, our niece had just turned 21 and they had made that. It's been a while, about 5 or 6 years.
Huh. Okay.
I think she had just turned 18 and they upped it to 21.
Mm.
So she could buy it like when she first turned 18 for like a few months, but
And then
then
they
the law
raised it up.
passed and she couldn't
Okay.
do it no more.
But what I'm saying is that at the age 18 and up, to me, you are capable to making decisions on what you want to do and what you don't want to do. You are capable of making
Excuse
decision
me.
that's right and what's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So when people be saying that, saying, oh, that's a baby. No, it's not a baby. That is, and then I be hearing some shit about the cortex front brain
I
shit.
know what you were trying to tell me
Yeah,
what
but
that
people
is.
be saying some shit where
Excuse.
your brain ain't developed all the way because you're still a
Excuse.
baby. This and that. True or not true, real or fact or not fact, you still know the difference between right and wrong. You still know that, okay, let's just say if I get married at 18 and whoever I'm with, they 19, we both 19, and y'all both understand these vows that y'all are getting that's being read to you. For the most part, you understand that, cheating, even before you even get married, cheating is not something you're supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
Having sex with another girl is not something you should do. You know this off rip when you just
Mm-hmm.
boyfriend and girlfriend, you 15, 16 years old. You know if you get caught in high school walking with another girl and you got a girlfriend in school, it's a possibility that your girlfriend is going to be mad.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like it's not things that you don't know already when you're in a relationship just from high school, because you know that if you get caught holding another girl's hand in school, that your girl gonna get mad. If your girl found out that you was holding another girl in school, or even if you was sitting at the lunch table with another girl that she think that you think she like,
Mm-hmm.
that she gonna have an attitude about it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's things that you already know before you even get married that you know, like, yo, I'm gonna fuck up this marriage if I do this, this, and then the third. Because you
Mm-hmm.
don't already kind of been through, it ain't been a marriage, but you've been through relationships at 14, 15, 16, 17 with girls, and you know how they act. So I feel like that's an excuse that, people be giving women and men that you shouldn't get married at a young age. Like, we
Mm-hmm.
know right from wrong. You know what I'm saying? We all know right from wrong. We know what we shouldn't do, what we should be doing. We know these things. So I just think that's an excuse that you give people an out. Like marriage is the worst thing in the world. And on top of that, even with relationships and marriages, it's gonna always be no matter what. Even if you stay together with that person to death do you part, or whatever the case may be, it's gonna always be some shit that's gonna happen in that marriage because you are bound. Men, majority of the time, will fuck up. For the most part, women may not, but they may get on your goddamn nerves for sure. So it's gonna always be a roller coaster with that relationship, with that, you know what I'm saying, high school wild, you know what I'm saying, that might not last. Some of them do, but not all. But when you get to that point, you get married just hypothetically at a younger age, you're gonna go through ups and downs in that relationship and that marriage, period.
Mm-hmm.
It's just what it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? So I just think people be saying that's an out if you get married at a young age. Like, no, you can still get married at a young age and be responsible. You know what I'm saying? And not fuck over your girl and your girl not fuck over you and make better decisions. It's all about the decision that you decide to make and that you got to deal with.
Say less.
You know what I'm saying? So there's nothing wrong with marriage, man. Like, you know, I hear a lot of people saying you shouldn't get married. Yeah, I don't think nothing's wrong with it. I don't. It's not the worst thing in the world. You know what I mean? So, there's a lot of things out here that's bad for you, and I don't think marriage is one of them. It's just the one that you pick that you are willing to deal with their bullshit because it's gonna always be bullshit in that marriage.
Yep.
Yeah, you're gonna have great times with no famine or what you want to call it. And you're gonna have some with shit. Y'all feasting like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have a period where it's just all great and no nothing. And you might have a rocky day. And you might have two. You might have even more. But then again, it's gonna always get better. Even when there's a storm, instead of you drive through the storm, because if you don't drive through the storm, that storm is gonna always stay over you. But you got to get out the fucking storm. Because on the other side of the storm is clouds, sunshine, and all that other bullshit. So there's nothing wrong with getting married, man. There's nothing wrong with being in a relationship, but I do believe you should pick the right one. You know what I'm saying? Be diligent in what you're doing and how you picking them. Because it is a lot of women out there that's full of shit, and there's a lot of niggas out there that's full of shit. You know what I'm saying? On both ends. So you just gotta be careful with who you pick and who you willing to settle down with, who you willing to have kids with. Because, you know, some of those could be mistakes. Some maybe not, but you gotta watch what you're doing and pick the right one.
Yes, sir.
And that's just being real.
100.
Got anything, B? So we red and blue over here, just be real sweaters, man. We'll be dropping sooner or later. Y'all just gotta make sure y'all, you know, tap into the SMS as always. Like and subscribe. We really appreciate y'all for rocking with Light Skin and James over here, man. So as always, we say over here on this end, on this side of the internet,
Be safe, be honest, be real.
100. Peace.